Okay, so now we are going to be working on painting the cone. I just need to unfreeze the screen. If I could find the remote to do that, that'd be great. They can't see. This isn't it. There it is. So what we have here is, let me see if I can get this one a little bit larger. The cone, and there's 4 parts to this cone. There's the highlight right here, the core shadow, we have reflected light, and cast shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this worksheet, and we're going to start painting that together. So what we're going to need is water on our brush. Wipe off the excess. So here's my water. Here's my brush. I dampened it. I wiped off the excess. And that's going to help the paint flow. Everybody do that right now. The next step is we are going to get the yellow that we just loaded onto our palettes. It's nice and fresh. And we are going to paint in that highlight that is displayed. I like adding a little water to just kind of blend it out and smooth it out. I'm going a little horizontal motion here just to kind of feather it. Feathering is going to be a big part of this. And I'm just adding a little water to help it flow. I'm kind of feathering it out on the edges. Not too much water, just enough to kind of help it flow. I did a fairly big chunk because we're going to be doing a lot of overlapping. So all I did is add water to help it flow and spread it out. We're not using so much of the paint. Okay, you don't want to overwater the paper either. Okay, I hear everyone say feather. Feather is like lightly blending the edges. And how we did that is just a little bit of extra water on the tip of our brush and just kind of blending. Do you all have violet still? I don't, so I'm going to start from scratch because I just got a new one here. So I'm going to get some red into my little palette. You guys already have violet, but I need to make some. And then I'm going to add some blue to it. And now I have violet. Now, I'm going to use my pure violet, which is the darkest one. Are you listening? I'm going to wipe off the excess because I need enough of that precious nectar for me and my partner. I hear some chatty Cathys that need to stop. All right. Now, I'm going to use that darkest violet, and I'm going to paint the cast shadow here very carefully because it's so dark. Obviously, you guys need to clean your brush before you go to this pure violet that you've already made. So this is the darkest one. Okay? Pure violet. If anybody's confused, raise your hand, I'll come over. And then when we're done with that, we're going to start mixing colors that are very subtle onto our cone. If you need help, raise your hand, I'll walk over. Go ahead if you need a refill. I thought we gave everyone paint. Nobody should have cleaned their palettes. We weren't done.
It was all the like all the.
Gotta follow directions. 1 more minute. Then I'm gonna do something really strange. Nobody was told to clean their brush afterwards, so don't.
Let's see, going.
I'm gonna dip my paintbrush and I'm just gonna put the watered down violet here. I just got it a little wet and made watered down violet. I like watered down violet. Wiping off the excess. It's just water with it. This was the pure violet. This is watered down. That way we have more control of that hue. It's not so pure. I'm gonna add another dot of water to it. It's very transparent. If you have room on your palette to do that, that'd be a good idea. So it's very watered down. Now I'm gonna do 1 dot of that watered down violet into my entire yellow. And that way it won't overpower the yellow, it'll just make it subtly darker. We don't want it too dark yet because we're gonna gradually get darker in time. And then I'm gonna wipe off the excess. So it's not as bright yellow, it's slightly less intense. Okay, and then I'm looking, I think I'm gonna just very carefully paint along the right side of my cone. Like a little line. Does everybody see that? Do you need help? You know? You watered down an extra little cup? It's okay to ask for help. Okay, you need to make the violet, right? Make violet. The red and then a dot of blue. Hey, you gotta catch up. Hold on. Fix it. Oh my god, you guys that first. A little more blue. More blue. More blue. Mix it. That's it. All of it. All of it. Okay. Now paint this. You got color. You can rub with the paintbrush. A little more blue. Okay. Then I'm going to paint on the other side. Just like this. We're trying to mirror the picture next to us. So it's really light and then it's going to gradually get darker. So we want that highlight. I don't know if it's going to be amazing. We'll see. We're going to be overlapping a lot of paint, so it's okay, guys. We're going to just do the best we can. It's my first time. Just kidding. It's not my first time. Kind of. Did you guys paint the shadow yet? All right, I'll help you with the next step. Now, water down. Water down. Now, watch it. Okay. Now it's a little bit. Paint the 2 sides. Your yellow is supposed to be over here. Right. Fix it. Okay. I still see some people painting, so I'm going to wait another second. Does anybody else need help? Now notice that highlight was on the right. I saw a few people put the highlight in the middle. That's not where it's supposed to be. May I move on to the next step? What do you think I'm going to do? Another dot of the watered down violet into there, fold it in. It's going to make it slightly darker. Wipe off the excess. I'm going to paint just a little bit darker right along the edge and leaving some of the original paint. It's just going to look a little bit more shadowy here. It's like an upside down V. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side after I wipe off the excess. So we're trying to show the variations of it gradually getting darker. We want to just make that one right up along that black line here, and then we want to see a little bit of it on that side. We're trying to show the transition. And then we're going to pick up the pace and go a little faster after this. So let's wrap it up, put a bow on it. We got 10 minutes, we got to finish this. So quickly get that done. The next one, we're not going to use the watered down paint. We're going to use the pure violet. Because I want it to get real dark real fast. Because we're almost out of time. So I'm going to get the pure violet, not the watered down. A big gulp of it. Ooh, a big gulp. It's not watered down, it's pure. I'm going to fold that into my yellow and hopefully it gets really darker. Yes, it's starting to look almost brown. I really want to show that variation. Okay. Wipe off the excess, really fold it in there. We need time to clean up, so we got to hurry up. And then I'm going to do the outer edge of the cone here. Say what? Yeah, this brown just went there. This is the reflective shadow. It's not as dark can be. And then, oh my goodness, this brown's going to get crazy. I'm going to do a baby V right here. Do you think it's going to be a little darker in between that area? What I'm doing? Yeah, it will. Okay, so I did it like an upside down V on this edge. Hurry, hurry. Sorry to rush you, but you know, we need time to clean up. And then the next step, it's gonna get wild. It's gonna be crazy. Woohoo! If it's not looking good, scruffily, add a little water to your brush. Help it flow. I always add water to my brush. Chloe's falling asleep. I'm sorry for slow. All right, we ready for the next step? We're gonna add 2 drops this time. Whatever we got. 1, 2 drops. We're gonna make it really dark now. As dark as we can anyways. Wipe off the excess. We want it real dark because this is our last one. And then we're going to paint that V in. We don't want Chloe to fall asleep. She's bored. I'm bored. Just kidding. We still want that reflective shadow, people. And then when you're done with that, you can do the pure and kind of stick a little bit of that in here. Oh, it's going to look great. Try to make it look like, you know, the diagram as best as we can, but we're like kind of feathering it out with a little wetness on our brush. You can feather these, make it look more blended. Okay. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not mad. And then I can put a little bit of that on the side right here, right along that line. Oh my goodness, Miss Brown. This is intense. It's okay. You can do it. You're big boys and girls now. Woo la la. You can sing too. No? I'm the singer? Okay. Does it look dimensional? I hope so. You think it's perfect?
Yeah.
Do I have street cred? No? Do I look like a professional?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Good.
And then clean! Clean! That's as good as it's gonna get for today. I mean, I could like try to water down my brush. If we are letting you have one wipe. Make it count. Yeah, I'll start with this one. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop my video. My life's a blur. I'm not really sure.